Welcome, students. This is a presentation to help you to understand what Beroepsopdracht 4b is all about. So I'm just going to talk you through the assignment, what is needed, what you need to think of, etc. So Beroepsopdracht 4b and block 4 is all about testing. Why do we test? What is the purpose of testing? What types of tests are there for language learning? How do we assess tests? How do we grade tests? What is fair and what is not fair? So let me do that for you now. So the essentials for Beroepsopdracht 4b. It needs to be a written report between 1,000 and 1,200 words long. It needs to be written in English, C1 level. And it consists of 3 chapters. The first 2 chapters are actually a test analysis that you will be doing. I'm going to talk you through the details of that later on. And then the third chapter is actually the justification of your own test design. I'll go into that a little bit later as well. And you will hand in 3 appendices. The first appendix will be the test that you've actually analyzed, including everything that belongs to it, correction model, how you got into a grade, etc. Then the second appendixes are the copies of student material. And the third will be the actual test that you have designed. So what is needed for a test analysis is a test, obviously. So we need to get your hands on a speaking or writing test that is given at your placement school. So this includes that you need to find the test, the grading system or the rubric that they've used to assess the test, and 5 student or pupil samples of this test. So these can be 5 writings or 5 recorded speaking tests from pupils at your placement school. Now, it might be a little difficult to get your hands on these tests. So you can share tests among you and your fellow students. Up to 4 students can use the same test for the analysis. However, the actual analysis and the writing of the report should be done individually. Let's go through the chapters. Here you will do an analysis of your test, but you're going to use something called a test matrix. You will see an example here, however, this one is used with the Bloom's new taxonomy. However, you can also use the Zephyr test matrix. And here you're going to have an overview of at what particular level you think certain questions or assignments are. And with the help of this particular test matrix, you're going to discuss how balanced you think this particular test is when it comes to the used taxonomy. And you have to refer to relevant theory, obviously. The second chapter, here you will look at the test in a little bit more detail, and you're going to look at the answers or the writings or the spoken utterances of at least 5 of the pupils who've taken the test. You're also going to look at the correction model. How is the test assessed? What rubric was used? How useful was it? And how did they get to a grade of this particular test? So in this particular chapter, you have to draw conclusions. You have to say, I think this test is very valid, it's very reliable, it's very transparent for the students, and you have to really draw a conclusion on how good actually this test is according to you. And again, you need to refer to relevant literature. So in short, Beroepsopdracht 4b is a written report of 3 chapters in which the first 2 chapters are you analyzing an existing test, and the third chapter is you producing, designing a test. You do not have to let your pupils take this test. It is mainly the design that is assessed. Please go to Brightspace, because on Brightspace we have included a template for writing the report, which is basically a fill in the gaps type of essay template. So please find that and use that for your own written report. It will very much help you.
In addition, chapter 3, just going back a little bit, is a design of a productive skills test which is linked to your analysis. So when you conclude, okay, the written test that I've looked at is not very transparent or not very reliable, I'm going to propose a different solution. So I'm going to design a test that is better on those points. So chapter 3 is a justification of why and how you've designed your short productive skills test and rubric. And this is what needs to be included in chapter 3. Okay, like I said, please go to this particular page. Let me see. So go to the Brightspace page, Beroepsopdracht 4, and here you will find some extra information. So what we have done is the following. We are going to offer to you content to get to this particular assignment in something called Block 4, the preparation of BO4B. And you will find weekly content, assignments, etc. If you go through this content, if you do the assignment, you'll be fine and you'll be prepared for Beroepsopdracht 4B. You will find in the module handleiding, so in this particular area, you will find this video. You will find the module guide, which is both of these are available for Beroepsopdracht 4B because nothing really has changed. But something I'd like to point out to you is Beroepsopdracht 4B, where you will find the templates for the assignment. This means that this is a way of showing you how we'd like you to write the assignment, so what needs to be in each of these chapters. So please consult this when you start writing your Beroepsopdracht 4B. I hope we've informed you well enough. Please consult this folder, Block 4, every week. Do the assignments, you will find them here. Consult and ask your teacher if anything is unclear or you need some extra help. Thank you very much.